Dreams can linger quietly for years, tucked away in the corners of our hearts, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Sometimes they whisper, barely heard above the noise of daily life. But sometimes those dreams roar to life, demanding to be seen and felt. They become impossible to ignore, filling us with energy and hope. For us, that dream was a home, one rooted in African soil, a place where our story could truly begin. We imagined a space that would hold our memories, our laughter, and our future. Today, that dream is real. We're building our home in Africa, turning sketches and ideas into something we can touch and see. The journey from vision to reality has begun. The excitement is electric, mixed with a dash of fear, like standing at the top of a roller coaster, knowing the ride ahead will be wild and unforgettable. This isn't just about bricks and mortar, it's about building a future, laying down roots, and creating a legacy for generations to come. The decision came from countless late-night talks, where we weighed our hopes against our fears and dreamed out loud together, and from a longing for connection to each other, to our roots, and to the land itself. We wanted a place where we truly belonged. We realized that waiting for the perfect time meant waiting forever. There would always be reasons to hesitate, but we chose to act. So we packed our hopes, our courage, and a bit of madness, and took the leap into the unknown, trusting that the journey would be worth it. Every morning, the reality hits. We're home builders now. Each sunrise brings new challenges, but also new possibilities. It feels like an adventure, one we're riding day by day. There are endless questions and unknowns, and sometimes the path ahead is unclear. But that's part of the magic. The uncertainty keeps us humble, and the small victories keep us moving forward. We're not just constructing a building, we're crafting a new chapter in our lives, one filled with hope, resilience, and possibility. This home will be a place for family, for stories to be shared, and for dreams to grow. It will echo with laughter, warmth, and a sense of belonging that we've always longed for. It's proof that courage can turn dreams into reality. Already, we're learning patience, partnership, and self-discovery, lessons we never expected. We're finding the rhythm of this place, the sunsets that paint the sky, the gentle breeze, and the quiet moments that remind us why we started. The sounds of the land, the laughter of neighbors, and the vibrant life all around us make this journey richer than we ever imagined. This is more than a project. It's a pilgrimage back to something real, something deeply meaningful. As we stand on this land, we see not just dirt, but our future. We see our home, and it is beautiful, a dream finally come to life, and a new beginning for us all. Why Africa? The answer is both simple and profound. Africa is more than a place on a map. It's a feeling, a rhythm that pulses through our veins and calls us home, no matter where we are in the world. For us, it's about connection and heritage. It's about honoring the generations that came before us and creating a foundation for those who will come after. I grew up with Africa woven into my being. Its sounds, its spirit, the laughter of children in the distance, the stories told under the shade of ancient trees. Building here is a return, a way to plant roots in ancestral soil. It's a chance to give back to the land that shaped us, to nurture it as it has nurtured us. This house bridges our past and future, a symbol of belonging and hope. It's a place where memories will be made and dreams will take shape. Africa's warmth, resilience, and beauty are unmatched. The people here radiate a spirit of togetherness, and the land itself is alive with possibility. We want our children to feel the heartbeat of this land, to run free on its red earth, to know the stories and songs that have echoed here for centuries. This home is more than shelter. It's a classroom, a place where curiosity is sparked and learning happens naturally, surrounded by the wisdom of the land. It's a playground, a legacy, a space where laughter and growth go hand in hand. We're rewriting the narrative. Africa is innovation, creativity, and progress. Here, tradition and modernity blend to create something truly unique. By building here, we're adding a positive note to its story, showing what's possible when vision meets determination. We're investing in the continent's bright future, contributing to a movement that uplifts communities and inspires hope. Building in Africa feels right in our souls, a calling we couldn't ignore, a dream that finally feels within reach. We want a space where friends and family can experience Africa's magic, where every gathering is filled with joy and connection. A place of welcome, shared meals, and stories under the stars. A home that celebrates life in all its richness. This home is our love letter to Africa, written with every brick. It's where we belong, and where our story continues. Searching for land was a real-life treasure hunt. Each day brought a new sense of anticipation, as if the perfect spot was just around the next bend. We pored over maps, asked for directions from strangers, and followed winding paths that sometimes led nowhere, but always taught us something new about the land and ourselves. We wanted space for a garden, a view of rolling hills, and a sense of peace. The dream was simple, but finding it felt like chasing a mirage, one moment close, the next slipping away. We imagined mornings filled with birdsong and evenings cooled by gentle breezes, a place where our children could run free and we could reconnect with nature. We explored dusty roads, met locals, and refined our vision with each plot. Every conversation with a farmer or a neighbor added a new layer to our understanding. We learned to look beyond the surface, checking the soil, feeling the wind, listening to the stories the land had to tell. Then we found it, an expanse of green dotted with acacia trees. The land seemed to breathe, alive with possibility. It was as if the earth itself was inviting us to stay, to put down roots and become part of its story. The air felt calmer, the land like a sanctuary waiting for us. There was a quiet energy here, a sense that this place had been waiting for someone to care for it, to nurture it and be nurtured in return. We walked the perimeter, already picturing our home and garden. With every step, we imagined where the kitchen would be, where the children would play, and where we'd plant the first tree. The land began to feel familiar, like a canvas ready for our dreams. Buying land here meant paperwork, patience, and trust. The process was slow, filled with meetings, signatures, and waiting. But each hurdle made the reward feel even sweeter, and we learned to appreciate the journey as much as the destination. We met village elders, shared our dream, and were welcomed warmly. Their blessing felt essential, a bridge between our hopes and the traditions of the land. We listened to their advice, grateful for their wisdom and generosity. This wasn't just a transaction, it was building relationships. We were becoming part of a community, learning its rhythms and stories, and finding our place within it. Once the land was ours, the real dreaming began. We spent hours sketching ideas, debating where the house should sit, and imagining the life we'd build together. We'd sit for hours, watching the sun, imagining each room. The horizon became our blueprint, and the changing light inspired new possibilities every day. The kitchen should face the sunrise, my wife would say. She pictured mornings filled with golden light, the smell of fresh coffee, and laughter echoing through open windows. The living room needs big windows for the storms. We wanted to watch the rain sweep across the plains, to feel connected to the wild beauty outside. We designed our house to live in harmony with nature. Solar panels, rainwater collection, and native plants became part of our plan, so our home would give back to the land as much as it took. Standing on our own piece of Africa, the dream felt real. We felt a deep sense of gratitude and responsibility, knowing we were stewards of this place. The land became more than property, it became possibility. Every footprint marked a new beginning, every plan a promise to the future. Every visit deepened our connection to this place. We watched the seasons change, learned the patterns of the wind and rain, and felt ourselves growing alongside the land. We saw not just what was, but what could be. Our dreams took shape in the red earth, and hope grew with every new idea. Our future was taking root in this soil, and it felt right. This land was no longer just a dream, it was home, and the beginning of our story. With land secured, we dove into design. We gathered ideas, sketches, magazine clippings, endless Pinterest boards. We wanted a home that blended modern style with African artistry. Open, airy spaces for togetherness, but also quiet corners. We found a local architect who understood our vision. He suggested large windows, a central courtyard, and sustainable materials. The design process was a true collaboration. Every line on the blueprint was a choice, a dream. Seeing the final plans made it real, a map of our future life. Holding that blueprint was a milestone. Our dream was moving from imagination to reality. Next step, turning paper into a home. With blueprints in hand, we began sourcing materials. We chose to buy locally, to support the community and root our home in this place. Local markets were vibrant, full of discovery and negotiation. Every item came with a story and a human touch. We learned about local stone, hardwoods, and handmade bricks. Buying from a community-run brick cooperative felt meaningful. Challenges came, materials weren't always available, deliveries were late, we learned patience and flexibility. The process connected us to local skills and traditions. Our home would be built from relationships, not just materials. Every piece had a story. The spirit of local craftsmanship would live in our walls. Breaking ground marked the true beginning. Builders arrived early, tools in hand, anticipation in the air. We stood where the front door would be, blueprint in hand. Clearing the site, we preserved as many acacia trees as possible. Staking out the house, the blueprint became a real outline on the earth. The first shovel hit the dirt, a sound of progress. We each took a turn pouring our energy into the foundation. Trenches were dug, the site transformed. As the sun set, we saw more than cleared land. We saw hope. The journey was no longer abstract. It was happening. We had broken ground on a new life. The foundation was being laid for our family's future, and it felt monumental. Laying the foundation is the most critical stage. It's unseen, but everything depends on it. A metaphor for life. Builders laid stone and gravel, compacting it for strength. Steel rebar formed a skeleton, giving the concrete its power. The foreman explained how every bar distributed the load. The concrete pour was a race against time, a dance of teamwork. Watching the foundation cure, we saw our dream take shape. The orange strings were gone, replaced by a solid grey footprint. This was more than concrete and steel. It was hope and hard work. We could finally walk on the base of our future home. The foundation was now part of the land. On this solid ground, anything felt possible. The dream was no longer just an outline. It had a base, tangible and real. We were ready to build upward. Working with local builders has been deeply rewarding. Led by Joseph, a master of his craft, the team brings pride and tradition. We learned the language of construction and the wisdom of the land. Their advice shaped our home, how to catch the breeze, withstand the rains. Challenges came, delays, wrong deliveries, but the team's calm resilience inspired us. Progress was visible. Walls rising, the house taking shape. Sharing lunch under a tree, we became more than clients. We became friends. We learned about their lives, hopes, and dreams. This house is built with more than mortar. It's built with community. Every brick holds a story. Together, we're building more than a house. We're building belonging. Amidst the rising walls, we see more than a building site. We see our future. This house is the vessel for our hopes and dreams. We imagine mornings on the veranda, children's laughter, shared meals. It's a new beginning, intentional, connected, rooted in community. We want a sanctuary, a place of welcome and inspiration. There's still a long road ahead. Roofs, windows, floors. Challenges remain, but optimism grows with every brick. We're learning patience, celebrating small victories. This house is a symbol of our love for Africa and belief in its future. It's a legacy for our children, a testament to dreams. As our home rises, gratitude and hope fill us. We're not just building a house, we're building a life. The journey has just begun. The best is yet to come.